What's good, y'all? This your man IRL Nash. Welcome to the Pokemon Center. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. We back at it. So, if I say some jokes that somebody else heard on stream, fuck you too.
Yeah, we're gonna reuse them
What
over
I'm
and
gonna use,
over.
I'm gonna reuse all my jokes. I'm an Amy Schumer of live streaming. I'm still at everything.
Yeah, they're gonna do a roast of Kevin Hart.
Really?
Yeah,
That-
Netflix.
About time.
Yeah, they stopped doing Comedy Central ones. Got me sad, but then they brought it back last year with the Tom Brady one on Netflix.
Okay.
So now they're doing Kevin
Yeah,
Hart.
yeah,
So
yeah.
as long as they keep going with
Don't
them,
don't old boy Jeff Ross, don't he own the IP for it now?
I don't know if he does. I mean, they gave him Comedy Central had a roast show for him after
Oh,
that,
okay.
and he probably, if anything, has the rights to roast master general or whatever,
Yeah.
like what they nicknamed him. I don't know if he has the right, but I appreciate the fact that the roast now are on a different channel and they're bringing him along.
Yeah.
Because like the rest of the comedians
That's what he
are
is,
like
though.
newer comedians ish. Besides like Nikki was
Yeah.
previously on Comedy Central.
Nikki Glaser is good.
Oh, she's so
The
good.
sentencing of Sean Diddy Combs, a judge handing down a 4-year sentence for the rap mogul.
Every rapper who's ever picked up the mic has
50 months sound way better than 4 years.
stages, the crowds.
I can't hold you up. 50 months sound way better than 4 years.
But the reality is, a very small number of these
Yeah,
artists will
smaller.
ever achieve these dreams. And for the few that make
Everybody
it,
go
the fewer of
listen
us
to my
sustain that success.
No Diddy song on YouTube.
Go listen to No Diddy and go listen to Shut the Fuck Up and Suck My Dick right after. Because that's probably what Diddy was saying to people.
Because of that, today we're doing a deep dive on rappers who made it to the top and lost it all after one bad decision. Which rappers' insensitive comments on stage caused him to be
Yeah, the baby did fuck up his whole career. 6ix9ine, and again, we said it, but we know who these niggas are, bro. Like who the fuck is y'all trying to disguise these niggas for? We know who 6ix9ine look like. It's no person in the world who looks like 6ix9ine, bro. Ever.
If anything, they're trying not to get the video taken down or whatever, but it's like they still could take your video down. It's clearly him. You know?
They be YouTubers live by that 10-minute rule too much, or that 5-minute rule too much.
I realize there's 5 main reasons why an artist would
That ain't funny, but goddamn, when he said it and he looked at them niggas like, I was like, ooh. I felt the cringe in my own body. I was like, I don't know about that one, my guy. That's crazy. That sounds like a choice. That sounds like systematic slavery, nigga. What the hell is you talking about?
starting off with PR nightmares.
It's only a nigga who know how to read who can say that to other people. Niggas didn't know how to read. How the fuck they was gonna do some shit?
Is the baby. In the late 2010s, the baby was on an unstoppable.
That nigga, the baby daddy genes, is prominent in all of his siblings.
Every door in the industry. The baby started making music in 2014, and from then till 2021, his momentum was unmatched. But everything changed for him in an instant. On July 25th of 2021, the baby hopped on stage at Rolling Loud for his highly anticipated set, given the fact that he was in the top 3 names for the bill that day. While on stage, the baby said some comments that would demolish his reputation overnight.
You get short today with HIV, AIDS, any of this transmitted disease. They'll make you die 2-3 weeks, all like that.
2-3 weeks.
Let me get some out of water. Put yourself on like that. Fellas.
It's a random just thing to like say.
Like, you like, I can understand like, you like, if you can't pay rent this week, or if you one of them niggas who make sure that you can pay rent this week, put your lighters up. If you a young lady and you know you put together and you take care of yourself, put your lights up. And like, where did you go if you got HIV? If you don't have HIV and AIDS, like, bro, you know there's people who support your music who actually probably have HIV and AIDS, my nigga.
Yeah, and it just seems like a statement you might have said in the 90s when it was popping, but it's just like the most random thing to say and ruin your career for this day and age.
Yeah, I used to have a girlfriend, and I used to, because she was younger. Please don't go crazy on me. She was not that much younger than me, but she was just like, I was just like, in hip hop, the F word was used so flagrantly. Like any rapper you don't like, you call them the FAG word. You use it like and that, and she was like, really? Because she just didn't grow up in that time frame of the beef documentaries and stuff like that. So she was like, I don't really hear rappers doing that. I'm like, no, you don't hear them doing it no more. But in the early 2000s and the 90s, if you had beef with a motherfucker, he would say that shit in a interview. Like they wouldn't even just say it on a track. They would say that shit at Hot 107.5 and be like, he a little beep.
Yeah.
And they're like, huh?
Yeah, you get away with a lot more.
Can't say.
Times have changed, you know. Gotta adapt.
As much as censorship, especially in art forms, we don't like. Sometimes right is right and wrong is wrong, and you gotta be. And this shit just was wrong, bro. This shit was just totally wrong. You totally wrong for saying this about people who going through like life threatening things. And as a dude who went through life threatening things yourself, I'm not saying be empathetic. I'm just saying, like I said before we got on the stream, you don't gotta have an opinion about you don't have to have a public opinion about everything.
Yeah.
Think what you want to think. I'm not a mind reader, but you don't have to have a public opinion about everything that fucking happens, bro.
Fellas, if you ain't sucking your dick in the parking lot, put yourself on that shit.
Those three sentences spoken.
It's like, bro,
Sucking dick in the parking lot.
you got gay fans, bro. You like, I just want to alienate everybody I don't like from my fan base. Kind of weird.
And the gays are prominent now. You can't be doing that.
In music, if you don't got gay fans, you don't have fans. You have to have people like they are a part of the zeitgeist of our culture.
Yeah.
So if you don't have gay fans, you really don't have fans. Like, do you think what's that dude name? I mean, the Insane Clown Posse don't got gay fans?
Oh, yeah.
They some of the rough tug motherfuckers in the world. But I'm pretty sure they not gonna say that about gay people.
I don't know.
The baby had to answer for these comments.
They're cool.
This will certainly follow him for the rest of his career.
Yeah, they crazy.
Another example.
I'm not trying to give them a up on nothing. I'm just trying to say, like, when you have a diverse fan base, you have to allow them to be diverse. You can't just alienate them and be like, fuck you.
Taking money out of your pocket for no reason.
Making yourself look like a dumbass for no reason.
But the ones that sealed the deal for good were his 2022 anti-Semitic rampages.
Crazy, that's almost 5 years ago.
But when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
What you think about the apology? Did you read it?
I didn't read it. What do you think?
I feel like it was a dude who was finally on medication for long enough for him to stabilize his thought process. That's what I think. And if it wasn't, then it's somebody who finally took a hold of all of his social medias who have like a power of attorney over him. Who's just like, we're going to get you back on the right path. But if it was him specifically, then I think it's like a dude who finally got on the right medication regimen. And it just seemed like he had a clarity moment where he was just like, damn, I have been tripping for 5 years now.
It's crazy. I mean, I saw a video. You probably saw it. This Jewish person's on a cruise ship, and this other guy was shirtless with Nazi tattoos, and the guy was freaking out at him in the video, and I was just surprised. The comments under this post I saw were for the Nazi guy.
Yeah.
They were like, well, "Look at the Jewish guy playing the victim," like all this. It's just crazy. It's like, bro, like,
well, you will see that. And I feel like, and not to cut you off, I feel like in our society, we are allowed to disrespect Jewish people to an extent due to the fact that they did not recover, but decide to that their repression and the things that they had to go through, they used it as a moniker of togetherness and creating another brand for themselves, especially in the American zeitgeist specifically. Because you talk about Jewish people in America, it's not comparable to Jewish people in the rest of the world, to be real with you. Like, we have a certain stigma about Jewish people in America specifically. Same way we have a certain stigma about black people in America. With the ICE shit, fuck ICE. But we have a certain, stereotype for all of these people. So it's one of those places where I just feel like, Jewish people, when you really take it down to brass tacks, in the last 100 years, they had to go through one of the worst uh uh s- uh how do I want to say this?
Historical events.
Historically historically diabolical genocide
Yeah,
that happened in the front of people who are still alive. Even not as many to this day, but when I was growing up, these people were very prominent and still alive at that point.
Mhm.
So it's just one of those things where it's like, I can't. It's the same way with the black zeitgeist in America. My grandmother lived in segregation. My grandfather lived in segregation. So it's certain things that other people may not understand where you coming from with this shit. But it's like, bro, you don't understand because you don't want to put yourself in the shoes of people who are still in
Yeah, put in the shoes.
the place that you in. And I feel like for a black man to do that to other people, it's just like, come on, bro. Like, what we doing? And then for you to do it to us on top of that, because they talking about the anti-Semitic shit,
Yeah,
but
it was the racist.
he did it to us. He
The
did it to his own
slavery.
people.
Just saying
The funny thing
crazy
is, I can't
things.
actually be
Crazy,
anti-Semitic
bro.
because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me and try to blackball anyone who opposes your agenda. And quote, I see good things about Hitler. The backlash from these comments was swift and severe.
You
Bro,
see you see the thing with La Russell recently?
No, like the people hating on him because him signing his deal.
No, after that. So after he signs his deal, and it was probably something similar to what Kanye was like thinking, but he was like at a live show, got taped,
Yeah.
and he was just saying like naming people.
Oh, you talking about like God made Hitler?
Yeah, he's heaven sent.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And then he was like
I did
Trump,
see that.
Trump too,
Yep.
Epstein,
Yeah.
Adolf.
And you. And then he said, and you. And I'm like, no, not me. No.
Yeah,
Nigga.
and I get what they're saying. Everybody comes from God,
Yeah.
but you saying everybody comes from God is a different thing than saying Adolf's heaven. Like
Yeah.
it's the
kinda like-
phrasing of your message.
The only person I've ever liked who's done this, and I hate this dude. Well, I not hate him, but he is just very corny to me, is Logic. When Logic had that album where he was like, I am the recreate, like, you are just the same person recreated over and over and over again. So he was like, oh, so I'm Hitler and I'm the Jewish person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that I could understand more from, but that was in a music sense too.
Yeah.
You talking to folks, talking about Hitler. Let me say something. And these are thoughts that you have when you are 19. These are, because anybody can hear these things and say, well, damn, I understand where he coming from. It's not about understanding where the nigga come from. It's about what happened to millions and millions of people. And then you see people who will say, well, the Holocaust didn't really happen. These are the same motherfuckers who say slavery was actually a shit. Black people really was coming up in slavery. If we being like, you hear these rhetorics that are just like, are you a fucking dumbass?
You know, it's crazy too. A lot of the people who say this stuff are anti-woke, but all this sounds woke. It sounds like shit. Like they just started doing drugs. They thought it like they had these like ideas
You
and
took 2
theories.
shrooms and now you think that you are enlightened.
Yeah, and then hopefully over time you realize like, oh, that was just some juvenile like thought processes, and it's not wrong thought process, but it's just But like the way people are going about them and like, dying on a hill for them, it's crazy.
I'm tell you this, man. Even Sun Wukong was enlightened, but that motherfucker was a demon. Like, so it's like, bro, being enlightened ain't even what you think it is, bro.
Oh, probably the people who thought Charles Manson was enlightened.
People who thought that Marilyn Manson was enlightened. Like, the motherfucker, this is exactly what you get. You don't get to just do horror shit and just be this type of dude your whole life. At least some motherfuckers who was Smashing Pumpkins. What's that band? Rob Zombie. At least he just make movies.
Yeah.
Like, he took his crazy incense and he said, I'ma just make movies. But if you just trying to do all this crazy shit, you talking about this crazy shit, eventually I'ma think you about this crazy shit too.
I mean, he said some stuff, yeah.
You can't just be, you can't be hanging around a bunch of pedophiles and then you not want to, bro. I'm sorry. That's not how it works. That is not how it works.
400 million, which granted,
YouTube gonna hate this video. They gonna be like, shit. They started off with the F word, and then in the middle it was pedophiles. Banned.
Yeah, man. We got the president on our back.
You specifically.
He made an entire song called Hail Hitler, further isolating himself from the industry and taking
That woke shit. Fuck that woke shit.
Yeah.
A lot more examples
The
of
actual
artists
woke
who
shit.
are not here.
The woke shit is crazy to me because
The actual woke shit.
because nowadays, bro, they use it almost as a moniker for themselves. Like, I'm not on the woke shit, but I understand what's going on. Ain't that being woke, bitch? You just want to try. You trying to fucking rebrand yourself as a dumbass.
Yeah.
You a dumbass and they dumbasses too. There's a bunch of dumbasses talking about dumbass shit that honestly, when is the housing market gonna get corrected? Let's talk about that. I'm tired of talking about Kanye West and all the bullshit, but since you want to make it a point to talk about it, you sound like a dumbass. You sound like somebody who is entitled. You grew up in an American society where you got to be you, which a lot of us got to do. And I don't look at slavery and I say, I want something because of what it happened. I want to have real conversations about it with people without them having a discord that's like, oh, well, you didn't even have to go through. That's not what we talking about. We talking about the systematic issues of it. We talking about the systematic problems that come with, you know, the Holocaust, slavery, women's oppression. As much as I may get on this bitch and I talk my shit about my issues with women, that don't mean women ain't getting oppressed to a certain extent. That don't mean gay people ain't getting oppressed to a certain extent. I just don't understand it because it's not my battle to go through. But the one thing I do know is that we all do have a battle. And when people are so against even giving you the time to talk about it and just being like, well, that's not happening now. Bro, my grandparents got redlined into a district that was full of black people where they went to schools that were only black people and they were underfunded, underdeveloped, and they couldn't teach them the same things. And then luckily, these people were still able to go to HBCUs because my grandparents both went to HBCUs because at that time, you couldn't get accepted into white colleges. So you went to an HBCU. It's like, so for you to be like, especially as a black man, that sounds like a choice. None of these are choices. These are the only options.
Yeah.
It's not a choice, it's the only option. My bad, bro. I don't want to get too. Let's get into some other shit. Azalea Banks, yes. We can just talk shit about this bitch.
She really ruined her career.
Yeah.
She's still doing it. She's still Twitter fingering.
What's crazy is that she's actually talented as hell.
Yeah, she could have been as big as, all the girls out right now.
Yeah. She could have been one of the few rappers, like one of the few actual who are good at rapping and be like.
It's Chance's singing, his rapping, his lyrics, explaining how God.
That was an ass album.
Majority of the writing on this album is difficult.
Continuing with section 2, the flop album. Now, it's very common and almost expected that at some point a rapper will put out music that's lackluster or not on the same level as their earlier projects.
I would say it's like having another producer in the room that knows exactly what you're
co-producer.
The fastest.
However, there's a difference.
Sound like you just suck at making beats, bitch.
So fucking bad that the artist can't recover from it. It's rare that this happens, but there are a few notable examples of it.
The Chance one, yeah.
Definitely.
Wonder why that part was in the other section.
I'm trying to think who else had a bad album that really fucked up their process. Roddy Ricch. His second album was ass. Who else?
And let him carve out a nice
Macklemore's follow-up to his
that's
like,
real.
big album.
Yeah.
Like he had a single, I think, off it, but it really.
I think it was that
fell off from
Kesha,
there.
that Kesha song.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, because he got rid of the producer. It was like a duo.
And he stopped fucking with Ryan. Yeah, he stopped fucking with Ryan Lewis, right? And Ryan Lewis, low key, was
He clearly was the creative director behind it, helping with it.
I had saw some shit about Ryan Lewis where it says like, yo, Black Haley, what's the word? DJ Kobe, what's the word? Appreciate y'all sliding through. I got my man Clooner in the building. What Wait, what was I saying?
Yeah, Ryan Lewis.
Yeah. Oh, from what I saw, bro, still just work at his job that he was working at when he made that song. Still to this day. Yes, they say that he was still, or maybe he might not work there still, but it was like he was working there for like 4 years, 5 years after that song actually went super big.
You're talking about Thrift Shop?
Yeah. Yep.
So like, yeah, so the when they won after they won the Grammys and Macklemore should just. I mean, he had a mix between the flop and then kind of the first thing with just a PR thing, but it was like a corny PR thing with the whole Kendrick.
You fucked yourself up because
it wasn't necessarily bad, but
well, this is the
bad
issue. You shared it. That's the problem with it. You have every right to you won. I don't care what nobody says, bro. Right or wrong or indifferent, you won. And it's okay for you to send that message to Kendrick Lamar and say, "Hey, bro, you know what? This." But you posted the message.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about it.
Like the level of corn is crazy.
If he maybe waited a year or two
and posted it, yeah.
Oh, that, or I'm just saying, what if Kendrick just brought it up in an interview? Oh, what do you think about Macklemore beating you? Oh, Macklemore actually messaged me this. You let Kendrick tell that.
Yep.
So it looks more genuine.
Even
and
if
I'm sure
right now in this day and age where everybody's spilling the beans, everybody talking, this would be the perfect time for that to come out, and then a resurgence of your career almost go to another level. But it's like you took that away from everybody else to be able to do that.
It's kind of similar. Another one too is Slim Jesus. Remember Slim Jesus?
I do.
He popped off, and it was smart in some sense that he came out pretty quick in it, like his first Vlad interview, right? Viral video, Vlad interview. And I think maybe he had a second video that was kind of getting some, but he had all the eyes were on him. Gets the Vlad interview, and pretty immediately he's like, "I'm not about that life." Which is like good in a sense. Like I've seen Lil Tecca do that in a video, but that didn't affect them. But you're still in your rollout.
And I think the issue too is like Lil Tecca did it in a sense where it was like I'm not even really. I might say something about a gun, but I'm not guns in my video.
Yeah,
it's not, like Slim Jesus was guns in the
And then it's funny because then Slim Jesus then bought guns and has them like that's still part of his image now. But you could have faked it till you actually made it. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have been about it by the time.
That's most artists. Most artists are not the doers of the stuff. They're the storytellers of their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize is like, it's not necessarily I did it. I'm the storyteller of this. And as much as people want to give older artists the credibility, a lot of the older artists are actually the pioneers of what I'm saying because they lived in the crack epidemic. They didn't sell no crack. The niggas around them sold crack. They saw these stories and they were so talented that they could pin that shit down and rhyme it together and make it sound dope. But they weren't the proprietors either. Like people say that about Biggie all the time. Like Biggie sold drugs, but he wasn't the kingpin that he tried to make himself seem. Jay-Z sold drugs. He had money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say these niggas ain't have money, but they wasn't these kingpin big. Like it was Rich Porter and them was running New York at that time. Like if anybody seen Paid in Full, Money Making Mitch, Ace Boogie, Rico, them is based off of 3 real people. AZ, Rich Porter, and Alpo. And it's like these niggas was in that time really running New York. And it was other niggas who was running New York. You got crime families at that time who were still in New York. JC wasn't the biggest fucking drug dealer on this block, nigga.
He's just some regular guy.
Regular dude. He seen the shit that he seen, but he told the story so vividly because that's what he could do. And that's what a lot of artists can do. When you're not able to, most artists aren't those people. And I'm not saying fake it till you make it, but at the end of the day, you telling a story of where you come from. Tell the story and be like, even if that's not who I am as a person, these are the things I saw. These are the people I was around. This is the stuff that was happening.
That's a smart way to spin it. So you can keep sort of the credibility, but like you're not worried about your well-being. Like, oh, he's around these people.
Bro,
right.
I would never act hood, and I used to when I was younger, but it's like I also saw people die. I saw things happen that you should never see happen as a child. And that's the thing about it, is like, am I a thug? No, I'm not nowhere close. I don't want to fight you, kick you with you, skate with you, none of that. But I grew up in an environment that it didn't matter what I wanted. I seen it no matter what happened. And a lot of people, they see it, and it's your right to tell that story. Don't falter on yourself though, bro. Don't take away from who you are as a person to try to make everybody else feel comfortable. And you could probably speak to it more, but being a white rapper in the hip hop space, I feel like sometimes with the Macklemore shit, the Slim Jesus shit, how you segued into it, that's what you kind of want to do, is like be like, no, but I understand. It's like, bro, it's not about understanding when you're not hurting people. It's not about understanding when you're not doing nothing to nobody else. If you was Tom, what's that nigga name? Tom McDonald. That's different, but he don't give a fuck. That's the reason why he just keep rolling. My bad. I go on tangents, man.
Redlands, California-based rapper Lil Xan.
Boom.
Xan came up in the SoundCloud rap era and shot to the limelight with big catchy singles like Betrayed and Colorblind. He showed promise early in his career, but that promise flew out the window with the release of his first studio album, Total Xan.
His first
It's
studio
hard to find the
album.
words to describe how bad this album was.
Two good singles,
Well,
and
Anthony
finally put an
Fantano
album
said,
out.
Not good. Or what I found in
Bible.
a Guardian article about it, moronic rap to make you feel old. This
Total
this
Xanarchy is kind of a fire name for an
radio
album,
stops
though. I
airing,
can't lie.
his label, Columbia
I'm not gonna be a
Records,
hater fully.
and for him,
That's kind of a
what
fire
made it
name.
worse is he pulled a PR
Total
stunt,
Xanarchy?
like I mentioned before. In an interview
He
with
cooked.
TV, he was asked to
He
rate
didn't make that
Tupac on a
shit.
scale of 1 to
Somebody in
10,
his record label made that name for him.
to that comment, plus the atrocious album, undermined his career before he could ever really have one. It rubbed
Bro,
too
why
many
my
people
do-rag be so
There's a few
goddamn
more
high on my
examples of
forehead?
albums ruining careers.
Damn.
Most notoriously Logic with his 2019
Corny
album,
ass
Professors of
nigga.
a Dangerous Mind, which was flamed by the media.
Good
People
cover.
know I don't like Logic. I don't like Logic because being biracial myself, I've never said that shit in my music one time. One time have I ever mentioned that I'm biracial in any songs that I have. Because that's crazy to me.
I mean, part of it probably for him, I think he's more white passing than you are. So it's a weird thing where
But you got the love and respect that you got because of how white passing you are, too.
yeah, that's true. He should just he should have not even mentioned it.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I've never heard Drake do it. I've never heard J. Cole do it. And I get what you're saying. Of course, he is more of a white passing dude, and I do understand that. But that's the problem with it. It's like you want to assimilate too much. Where it's like, bro, your assimilation is not helpful.
Yeah.
It's making other black people look at you, especially biracial people, look at you and be like, that's weird. That's whack. That's lame.
It didn't help him because his early stuff was really good. Man. I like
Oh,
his
this motherfucker can rap.
yeah,
I'm never gonna take that away from Logic,
Sinatra tape.
yeah, Joe Budden, none of them type of dudes. Like, they can rap, but when it comes to corn, I gotta call it how I see it, bro.
It's corny.
I always tell people, bro, like, as much as we want to hate, corn still got to be on the plate.
Yeah.
And they at the table. I'm not even at the table, so I'm just speaking about the corn specifically. That's it. But he at the table. He on the plate. I'm not even in the house. I'm not even in the building. So, I ain't trying to be disrespectful to what he's cultivated. I'm saying this specifically is the reason why I don't like that motherfucker, bro.
Soft and him being too obsessed with critics. That tape, plus his verse on French Montana's song Twisted, created the comment from Joe Budden on his podcast.
Logic, you are easily one of the worst rappers.
Crazy.
So although most rappers can recover from one bad album, sometimes it's so bad that their career becomes unsalvageable.
I just don't know why Drake didn't play his hand better. It has to be arrogance. It has to be.
The third big thing that could derail a career of
beef.
And
Ja
more
Rule.
specifically, when you get
Ja Rule was soaring.
Most rappers
He was
can
hot.
recover from
Soaring.
taking
I was just telling Chills the other day when I was talking to him, like, bro, Ja Rule was my favorite artist when I was a kid. Like, when I was a young dude, like, Ja Rule was on the radio more than anybody in the world. Like, I heard more Ja Rule hits than anybody else. I think it was like Ja Rule. This is what I was telling him. It was Ja Rule, Jay-Z, Nelly.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s, there was the 3 rappers and they had crossed over onto the white. Like, you would hear those songs on 107.5 and 95.5. Like, that's the thing. Is like, you didn't hear that before that time. Me specifically.
So brutal and ruthless that the only option left is for the artist to back it up. Exhibit A of this is Ja Rule in the early 2000s. During this time, Ja was at the height of his career, coming off massive hits like Always on Time, Living It Up, and Mesmerized.
One last thing. Ja Rule is a better rapper than 50 Cent. I know people may not agree, but Ja Rule is a better rapper than 50. Like, Vinny Vita Vici is better than, as a rap album, better than anything 50 Cent has put out as a rap album. That's the reason why Graduation fucked up Curtis. Curtis couldn't even live up to the hype of what Graduation to me is one of the greatest rap albums of all time, specifically. Like, I know Kanye, I lambasted him the first little go, but I used to listen to Graduation every single fucking day.
That's a classic.
That's top 5 to me. Like, top 5 rap album of all time is Graduation. The beats, the rapping. I know he didn't write all that shit. He didn't pen all that shit, but it was cold.
Who did they say? Was Lupe writing for him then?
It was like Lupe, and I think that's what's his name? Consequence.
Oh yeah, Consequence.
Consequence was writing for him, and I think that's when he first like kind of started meeting Sahai the Prince too.
Okay, because I know Cudi started. Well, I thought Sean wrote for him. Sean met him around the Graduation time, and I think he's Cudi and Sean maybe helped on 808s.
Yeah, I mean,
and that, or maybe
Sean,
not necessarily Sean. But
Sean
Cudi
who?
helped.
Sean who?
Big Sean.
Big Sean. Yeah.
But and then I think Sci-Hi was definitely like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Pablo,
definitely.
Yeezus.
Yes.
Like he was the
Cause Sahai low key, bro, he the best rap songwriter in the game. Like, Sahai don't get the love. Like, he wrote Sicko Mode.
Yeah.
Like, he
wrote for Travis.
He wrote for.
That's quick when an associate of the notoriously.
All right, I'm gonna let it run for a little bit, y'all. My bad. No, I've been stopping a lot.
Later on, Ja would find 50 Cent in a club with the man who robbed him, instantly souring their relationship and leading to a 25-year-long beef that still runs strong to this day. And during those years, especially the early ones, 50 terrorized Ja with countless diss records like Your Life's on the Line, Wangsta, I Smell Pussy, and Piggy.
I Smell Pussy, is that you, Irv?
His credibility in hip-hop, his pop rap approach to music, his label issues, his voice, literally everything. It embarrassed Ja to the point that the entire industry and general public started looking at him like a punk and
Fire
distanced
Fest
themselves from what people saw as a sinking ship. Ja's career would never recover from the heights of the early 2000s, and 50's public flogging of him was a major reason, possibly the biggest reason, why that's the case.
That was Marcus.
Exhibit B, Drake. To preface this, no one would argue the massive success Drake has had in his career. He's one of the best-selling, most streamed, most popular artists of all time. Which is exactly what makes
I like No Beard Drake better than I like Bearded Drake. No Beard Drake was trying. Bearded Drake just don't give a fuck.
Euphoria, Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us. Nothing was the same ever again for Drake. No pun intended. The fallout from the Drake-Kendrick beef was intense, fast, and ruthless. First, everyone in the industry chose sides, with over 90% of people riding with Kendrick over Drake. Second, Not Like Us became a cultural anthem, having the whole world turned up to Kendrick humiliating Drake.
I remember when I first listened to it, bro, because I tried my best for like 2 weeks to not listen to Not Like Us at all. And when I listened to it, I was like, this nigga is snapping right now, bro. I was like, Jesus Christ, bro.
If you listen to it when it first came out, man, just the feeling of like, because like Drake dropped literally like Family Matters,
yeah,
and it was like, oh shit,
Kendrick dropped that shit like an hour or so later,
yeah, and then you're like, oh shit, it's over, and like you thought like, oh man, like,
what can Kendrick do?
No, you thought, well, yeah, Drake did that, and then Kendrick dropped immediately after, like, and then you're like, okay, it's back to Drake. And then literally, I'm getting a message the next day, Kendrick dropped another. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But I'm
what Euphoria dropped first, and then he dropped Not Like Us right after that, right?
No, Meet the Grams. He had 3, so he did Euphoria.
Euphoria was the first one.
and then we got the first diss, and then wait, no, it was Not Like Us. Then Drake did what's the first record Drake dropped?
No, it was what's that?
Or Not Like Us.
Not Lottie Da. The Future shit.
Yeah, it might have been. I shouldn't
The
have said
Future
Not Like
shit.
Us. What was it?
Like that.
Like that. Then Drake dropped his
Yes.
one that kind of went at everybody.
And then Euphoria.
And then Drake dropped the one with the
The-
Snoop Dogg
yes,
and the
yes.
Pac,
Which was whack.
and then, but that's like an intermission. Like I don't really,
Yeah.
like it was like and even Kendrick's was a little. So basically, Drake dropped his first. Then we got Euphoria. Then we got a week goes. Family Matters then comes out. I think Drake had Family Matters ready.
Yeah.
And
obviously
Kendrick had both of those. And so then he dropped Meet the Grams, and then literally hours later did not literally back to back them with Meet the Grams broke down Drake just like as a character, as a person, and it was like a lyrical type of thing.
I don't think nobody even listens to that second verse, to be real with you. Like, I get it. He was talking about the Atlanta and bringing him back and how, but I was just like, bro, it's that first verse that just be like.
I mean, the whole thing was crazy, but yeah, just having he back to backed them, and then Drake eventually came out with the Heart something.
Yeah, the Heart Part 5
which
or
was,
6.
and then basically in the song kind of tapped out, which
yeah.
And then there's rumors that he had another one and he just didn't drop it.
To me, Kendrick always was the better rapper of them three. And I know people try to be like J. Cole, but I'm like, even when I was younger, when I was in high school, I liked Kendrick. I thought Kendrick was just the best rapper ever. I still think that to this day, honestly. I think Kendrick Lamar is the best rapper to ever grace the microphone, to be for real with you. But that's my opinion. I grew up in this. You grew up in that era. I grew up in that era. And it's kind of like, for me, I always loved Drake the most because Drake just told these stories. But when I look at rapping specifically, like Kendrick Lamar fucks that nigga up.
Honorable mention is MGK with Eminem spanking around on records like Kamikaze.
Your beard's weird.
Essentially rerouting his entire career away from hip hop and into pop punk.
I think he was going pop up anyway.
I think he had to, bro.
Eminem gets a lot of credit for that. Yep.
Benzino beefing with his own daughter most of the time. That'd be the craziest thing. Him and Coily Ray can't even get along with each other.
Which leads us into our next section.
Setting up the next one.
Section 4, prison. There's few things on the planet that can
You think Pooh Shiesty gonna get his career back?
I don't know. It's not looking like it, but he's the only artist Gucci kept. Yeah, let everybody go.
That nigga Gucci Mane might be the goddamn Grim Reaper. Where did the hat go? I can't lie. I didn't even fuck with it, but I love Tom. I'm jumping over cars when I shoot. I feel like I'm Tom Cruise. But bitch, I'm Bobby with Bobby bitch. I think is what it's called.
Yeah, Bobby bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that and this one, and he had a nice little moment in jail.
Yeah, jail.
Bobby, along with Roddy Rebel and the rest of his crew, GS9, were picked up by NYPD for multiple felony charges. He got cited with charges, conspiracy, and reckless endangerment, leading to a 7-year prison sentence.
New York niggas are different people, bro. They don't live the same life that the rest of us live. When there's 12 million people who live in one city, that's crazy.
All the boroughs.
That's crazy, bro. Like, we don't even have, we got like 1 something in Michigan, 4 something in Michigan. Was it like 4.5 million people who live in Michigan right now? It's gotta be because Detroit got 600.
Tory came up in Toronto with heavy-hitting mixtapes like the Chixtape series and his albums like Memories Don't Die and Love Me Now. The pandemic solidified Tory further with his highly entertaining quarantine.
Oh, 10 million, shit. I'm way off. But that's just crazy because Chicago, I think, got 5 million people who just live in the city of Chicago.
Half of his fan base immediately left his side, and he was mercilessly drugged through the mud by every media publication in the world.
I gotta ask you. You ain't gotta answer if you don't want to. Do you think he did it?
I'm not sure. It's just crazy that both like there's such a strong free Tory like thing.
Yeah. Look, you ain't gotta answer it if you don't want to.
I can't imagine why she would lie. But, bitches be lying, so.
Shit, that's the reason why I think shit. That's the only reason. I feel like everything makes sense other than it be like, women do be lying about a bunch of shit. So it's like, that's the only reason. Because I'm like, hey, he might have did it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, like he was maybe intending to do it, and then,
But they keep on saying that the other bitch did it. The bitch who was her friend that he was fucking was the one who really did it. That's what everybody be saying. But I don't know. Look, I'm over here sounding like the Shade Room right now.
Big songs through this time, like The Color Violet and Hurts Me, but everything crashed down on August 8th, 2023, when he was convicted and sentenced to 10 years in Cali State. His momentum was decimated. His spirit fell in the gutter with reports coming out saying that he was, quote, despondent, and now he has to sit in lockup until 2033. That's a long time. And making matters worse, Tories not American.
That nigga gonna have a Max B run when he come back home. He gonna have like a Max B type run when he get back to this bitch, bro.
They ship you out the country like a piece of carton. Tories gonna get deported, and there's no guarantee.
Oh, he is from Canada, ain't he? Damn.
In scenario, he'll be allowed back, but extremely restricted in his travel.
Damn, that dude suck.
No U.S. media runs, no U.S.
He need a Drake in America. How Drake be getting all them niggas over there? Even Cameron said that recently. Cameron was like, bro, Drake was the person who got me, like, I got shit that was going on in America at that time. And Canada didn't want to let me over. Drake was the one. Drake be getting people over just cuz.
We need someone to help Tory out, I guess, yeah.
Nah, I don't give a fuck about Tory. Fuck him.
He's got enough.
He did that NFT shit. Fuck him.
So time will tell if any comeback.
That nigga ain't got no catalytic converter out there. That's young Kodak right there. I knew it. I was like, that's young Kodak.
Although Trump would pardon Kodak in 2021, giving him an early release after serving just 18 months, fans moved on and the industry started to view him as too volatile to invest in. And realistically, this is still just the tip of the iceberg. Lil rappers like Lil.
The jail ain't the thing that's too volatile. It's the drugs. Like, I'm sorry, I love Kodak. It's not the jail. It's the drugs.
That's not the jail for him.
It's not.
Lil Reese, Quando Rondo, Ron W. Melly, Casanova, and K Flock are currently locked up with their careers and lives at a complete standstill.
This game.
Nobody would play that shit.
You're not ready.
With that said, there's still one more major way rappers ruin their careers, and this is definitely the saddest one of them all.
How did it feel after
Interviews
to have so many people basically like debating and arguing if you were during the interview?
Oh, drugs. Damn.
Yeah, I predicted the drugs was coming.
Damn, bro. Like,
Or
this, you should not look like this. Like, bro, in that other video, he was only probably like 20-something. That's crazy.
It's all right. Let's keep it moving. We know.
Yeah. I was trying to. That's crazy. The aging, that nigga is aging like licorice. I don't even know what that means.
Starting off with DMX. DMX popped on the scene in the early 90s with his raw, aggressive rap style that was a refreshing.
It's a million people. It's a million people.
Towards life translated into his music, and it captivated fans immediately. However, through his huge success was an equally huge problem that haunted him his entire life. X started smoking.
Smoking crack is.
By the time he was 14. Being exposed to such a young age, plus him being constantly abused by family as a child.
You ever took drugs, Clooner? You know, when I was a kid, I used to be very caught up on taking Vicodin. And this is one thing I'll say. I used to write some of the craziest bars when I was high on Vicodin, bro, that I've ever said to this day, even when I was 15.
What's your best one?
Let's see, I did what's that shit called? We Gonna Make It freestyle when I was like 14, 15, high off Vicodin. What did I say? Call me SpongeBob because I hang out with stars. Now imagine saying that. You just granted, it's whatever now. But I was like, nigga, I ain't never heard nobody say no shit like that before in my life. Said, call me SpongeBob because I'm hanging out with stars. Just so fat shit, I flew out to Mars. I might have been only like 12 years, bro. Vicodin was my thing. Opioids specifically was my thing at that time because I played football. I tore this shoulder out of place. I fucked this knee up. I've had at least 6 MRIs on just this knee, and I had to do 2 years of physical therapy to get this bitch right. I tore my shoulder out of place my senior year, so I just never went back to the doctors after they said I tore it out of place because I wanted to play the rest of the year because it was my last year of football. So yeah, so taking pain relievers was kind of the mask of how I get. It was like I'd take a Vicodin and an Adderall, and it would be every single day, bro. A Vicodin and an Adderall, and that's what I went to school to do. I went to school to buy drugs from people. That's it. I didn't want to do nothing else but just buy Vicodin and Adderall. Great. Hey, Wall Lake Northern. Oh, damn. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No, that's all right.
Maybe I should have said the actual school.
That's still happening.
Today.
Yeah, probably.
To this day.
It was in jail stints caused DMX to miss shows, cancel tours, make bad financial decisions like not paying taxes, which would lead him back in jail, which would perpetuate the cycle all over again. It's honestly a double-edged sword because X's mental struggles and use fueled his music and made him resonate with fans, but it also
that's the thing, man.
To maintain consistency.
Too many cats. The reason why they so dope is because of that drug usage.
Solidifying X's
it gives you, you know that mask that we was talking about? It gives you that mask. It's just like I can be whoever I want to be behind this mask of my addiction. And Cuddy, damn.
They signed him to his label Cut Music and dropped his critically acclaimed album.
They said Cuddy passed out in the studio, nigga.
He stayed active in the scene throughout the 2010s, but life circumstances also led him to become a strong.
He was on that shit.
This habit stonewalled Cuddy's trajectory. He himself claimed.
So for me, Kid Cudi, favorite of all time. That's like my ride or die. When I heard Man of the Moon the first time, I had just got expelled from school. I was going through one like the worst times of my life, and that's all I used to listen to was Man on the Moon because it was just like you heard a struggle of a dude who was like, nothing's good. Shit's fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
But I understand that fucked up.
It's relatable.
Yeah.
A lot of people being the outcast.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I went to Wall Lake Northern at that time. So, you know, if you did a head count, it was only 50 black people who went to that school. So it just made me feel so alienated because it was like I love making hip hop and playing football. But it's like these kids, they living in an environment where it's like they got other options and other, like, this is all I've known to get out of the place that I'm in is play football, do music. And you see that in so many young black people to begin with. But like it was like these kids had other opportunities and options. And I never seen children who were just like, yeah, I play football just because it's fun. I play football just because I want to play football. And when I get out of high school, I'll probably never play football again. I'm like, nigga, if I don't play football again, my family not gonna eat.
Were you good back in the day?
Not some mentals. I wasn't that good to be feeling that way about it. That's for sure. I was definitely not that good. I could have probably went on a D2, played a little ball. That's it. But I was definitely not that good.
Opportunities and ruined relationships. By the time 2016 came around, Cuddy was at a breaking point, so he decided to check himself into rehab for what he described as drug addiction, depression, and suicidal thoughts. The rehab took him off the map for a while, destroying every last bit of momentum that he had. He would eventually get clean and get his mental back into a better state, and nowadays he's a big advocate for therapy, sobriety, and mental health. However, the damage was already done.
I feel like it's more people in this day and age who look up to Cuddy than look up to Jay-Z.
Yeah, a lot of people a lot of people can't connect with Jay-Z like that. You see a lot of like, I don't know why he's in the GOAT combos type of stuff.
From old school legends like
Coolio.
Dirty Bastard, and MC, to more recent
That was my first.
Knockers, ASAP Yams,
Oh, nice little Detroit shout out. Speaking of,
This homie Quan.
like Juice WRLD, Lil Peep,
Damn.
and Poor Stacy. They all suffered at the hands of drugs, often fatally. R.I.P.
I'm saying they say Tentacion got killed.
yeah, but yeah, I guess he did drug
If you want to hear more about Ruin
but it was weird to have him in the mix.
Yeah,
Of the people. Like he died, and they're putting him with the rest of the guys who died, but not for this. They all were one reason.
That nigga got murdered.
Yeah.
Muck Duck. That nigga said that's why they call it murder, not Muck Duck. Hey man, shout out Rap Lore. You already know. Clooner in the building. Welcome to the Pokemon Center as always. Tap in.